The next Overwatch 2 beta needs to be an absolute banger if the game is going to recover. In this video, what I'm going to do is go over the things we need to see in this beta, and I want you guys to let me know in the comments below if you think these are the right things we need. And also, I'm going to go over things that if we see, we may need to kind of get worried about the future of the game. All right, guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Stylosa, and let's get stuck into this. I think the amount of content in the next beta will give us a very good idea of the type and the amount of content to expect from Overwatch in the future and also in future betas. I think all eyes are going to be on this, so the big question here is, what does Overwatch 2 PvP Beta 2 need to contain to win fans over and give us that sort of feeling of momentum, that feeling of the game is pushing forward, the game is a living, breathing thing, the game is going to grow, and yeah, give us a reason to play this game. So this is what we know. On June the 16th, there will be an announcement of some sort. Now, we're not entirely sure what this will be. However, I suspect this will be an announcement of what is going to come. Now, this could go two ways. We could see the 16th give us a roadmap, and the roadmap may contain the future of Overwatch's next beta, and maybe even the beta after that, and maybe even a beta after that if that's the way they go. Now, I think that would be a very big result if that's the case. What I expect to see here is them sort of showing us maybe a little bit of a teaser as to a few hero reworks coming out. They've already shown us this with Moira recently, but maybe they show us another hero rework. But crucially, they'll probably give us the date of the next beta. I suspect that's what this event will be. Pretty much an announcement of an announcement. In fact, calling this an event might be a little bit disingenuous, because I think this just means on the 16th, they're going to say, hey guys, this is when the next beta is coming out, and this is how you will get access to it. Now, that's the other big thing here. How will players get access to the next beta? Will it be the same situation where you need to watch a certain amount of Twitch streams? Will you be able to just get access through signing up again? Will Blizzard just randomly give people access? There's a lot of different questions. The big question is, will this be available on console? And I think that really does need to happen. And that's one of those big things I'd expect to see in this beta, because if we don't get that, then yeah, I'm not really happy with all of our console friends not having access to this game. It must feel absolutely terrible. So hopefully Blizzard give console players access. So what's the current state of Overwatch? This is another thing we need to kind of talk about. Well, competitive is pretty much dead at the moment. If you go and look at the leaderboards, you'll see that, yeah, you don't need a lot of SR to become a top 500 player. In fact, this is the season for absolute terrible players like myself to get into top 500, because it's kind of easy. And on console, it's even lower than it normally is. So it is shocking results all round on that front, which this essentially means the player base or the player count is smaller, or it's not engaged. Now, I'm a firm believer that there is a big player base for Overwatch. I think there's a lot of people that are interested in this game, but I also think that you have to keep momentum, and this is a point I want to get onto in a second. A lot of other games out there do have very strong momentum. You look at Valorant, you look at Apex Legends, you look at Fortnite, you look at Warzone. These are games that are constantly evolving, constantly have updates. They're not always great updates, but they're always making changes. They're always updating the game. And obviously with Overwatch, we've had nothing for a very long time. Then we suddenly got stuff, and then it suddenly stopped again, and we're waiting again, sort of in almost no man's land, waiting for the next announcement of whenever the next thing will happen. So it just feels not great. We get momentum, and then it's almost like we get kneecapped. And it's not just from a content creation point of view, because of course, yeah, I think a lot of content creators out there would agree with what I'm about to say. We got very good growth, very good viewership for the first week of the first beta, and then we've lost it all now. I've lost all the subs that I put on. So yeah, I think the case is probably going to be similar for a lot of people out there, which isn't great. But it's not just about that. It's about engaging the actual player base. And if you're playing something that you feel isn't really alive, yeah, then there's a lot of other distractions out there for you. You may as well go and play a different game. And I think a lot of players are kind of like that. Maybe not you guys watching this video, but casual players definitely. I think they pretty much are like that. Everybody loves to kind of hate Overwatch, and I'm in this group as well. I think we all are. Everyone having a dig at Blizzard, having a dig at Overwatch, especially with the Diablo immoral stuff, which is going around at the moment. But yeah, Overwatch needs to break out of this. And the way of doing that is, again, giving the game good, strong, positive momentum. And, you know, The game is good. This is the big real kicker here. It's not like Overwatch is a bad game. This is not a bad game. It's 2016's Game of the Year. That's a long time ago now. But it's a very good game. It's a very unique game in terms of what you get when you play it. Yeah, of course, you could play Team Fortress 2, but you know what I'm coming from, you know where I'm coming from, guys, with this. It's a very unique game. It's a very well-made game. But it just stagnates, and that's not great. So it just needs momentum. It needs to feel alive, and I think people will come back. So I also think as well, the period after the first beta, when that was taken offline, Overwatch League kicked off, or it kind of started around, I think it was, maybe there was a little bit of overlap with the beta, but there was obviously a long period of time where Overwatch League is the only Overwatch 2 content anyone could consume anywhere. Now, it didn't really have great average viewerships, and I think that's simply because players can't really relate to what's happening on the screen. They're not playing the game players are playing, and also there's not really any incentive to watch this because, of course, it's not. It was based on Beta 1. There's going to be changes in Beta 2, so the game's going to be totally different. And this is going to kind of bring me round to one of my later points, where I think what we're going to see is the beta phases linked with Overwatch League Cup phases. So we've just had the Kickoff Cup. I think we're going to get the May Melee is coming up soon. And I think, obviously, that Beta 2 will be alive for that. And then maybe comes down as that kicks off. There'll probably be a bit of overlap there. But, yeah, it's kind of weird. But I think Blizzard thought that Overwatch League would keep the community kind of interested. And while there have been some very good games, and again, I'm a terrible example or case study for this because I watch a lot of Overwatch content anyway. I enjoyed Overwatch League, but obviously, you know, that's because I've played the beta, so I could kind of relate to what was going on. Not a lot of people have played the beta, and if you're on console, you haven't played the beta at all, which is not great. So here's the thing. What do we need from Beta 2 as an absolute minimum to keep people, well, not to keep people, to get people wanting to spend their time on this game, get hyped on this game, start enjoying all the stuff around the whole Overwatch community? What the hell do we need? Well, I think the first one's really obvious. We need a new hero. We absolutely need a new hero. So if the beta kicks off with a brand new hero we've never seen before, that's going to be awesome. If it's support, that's going to be doubly awesome. If it's a tank, fair enough. If it's a DPS, everyone uninstalls the game. It won't be DPS. I'd be very shocked if it is a DPS hero, because then that would mean the last 3 heroes were DPS heroes. I just can't see that happening. It's probably going to be Junker Queen if you had to if I had to take a guess here. But yeah, and I think was she a support Junker Queen, or was she a tank? I can't quite remember, but based on the leaks. But I think, yeah, we're going to see Junker Queen. That's what I'd bet on. Anyway, as a minimum, this would be. Also, a new game mode would be nice to see, because there have been very strong rumours that there is another game mode floating around in this beta, and there were even strong rumours that this might have been something that was going to hit the first beta, but for some reason didn't. Now, if that is a thing, that's cool. New hero, new game mode. I mean, that's great, because that means a bunch of new maps for a new game mode, a new hero to play with, and then on top of that, you would throw in, you know, loads of hero changes, balance updates again. Hero reworks. We know Moira's getting a rework, so that, I think, as a minimum, would kind of be really cool. I would have my faith restored back into the development team, that they can actually deliver content at a very good cadence, or strong cadence, to keep us engaged with the game. So I'd be happy with that. Also, I'd like to see attack and defend rule set on quick play. This may be coming. It probably is coming. It would be silly if it's not. So what would be awesome? This is the next thing. So all of the stuff I've just gone over, we get that. And then if we get this as well, my God, this, I would be losing my mind. So if we got the new competitive ranked system in the game for testing, that would be insane. I can't see that happening, but if it did, that would be insane. What about the new guild or clan system in the game? Again, that would be insane. What about a new hero equipment, adornment, skin system in the game? My God, that would be insane if that was a thing. Now, I don't think we'll see all of this, because the idea with the betas is, and I guess they'll maybe explain this on June the 16th, is what they are looking to achieve with each beta. Now, you can't test everything all at once. So if they've got a new game mode and a new hero, let's test those in this beta. They're not going to test a game mode, a hero, ranked changes, guild system, and all of this stuff, and new cosmetic systems. That altogether, that's just not going to happen. They're going to space that content out and plug it in. Yeah, okay. Let's move on to what would make me worried. So I'm going to be honest, guys. I'd be really worried if there's no hero, because I think Heroes are the lifeblood of this game, and Blizzard know that. The game is built on the very strong hero designs. So I need a hero. And if we don't get one, I'm going to be like, well, this is not great. Maybe we just get a new game mode, and then that's it. But there's no other content. Maybe we don't even get a game mode. Maybe we just get, like, hero reworks. And maybe they just sort of show off a bit of the guild and the clan system. Now, on their own, okay, I know I said if the guild and clan system was in with all of the other stuff I outlined before, that would be awesome. But if it's just the main thing in a beta, yeah, it'd be cool for an hour to check out. But it's a beta. There's no community. You can't really build anything there. So, yeah, I would be really disappointed if that was all the content we got. So I want to throw this question over to you guys. What do you need to see in the beta? Now, there are some very strong signs, I think, for Overwatch in terms of it has an audience, a fan base that is massive. Like, all you guys love the game. I love the game. You know, I always say it's the best game I've ever played. And it's been a super difficult time for me over the last couple of weeks. Couple of months, really. Couple of years, really. Seeing the game just stagnate and through horrendous management decisions and execs taking control and all of that stuff like that has ruined the game, and it's really slowed down the momentum of the game, which is a big theme of this video, momentum. Now, I still believe that Overwatch can get the momentum back. I still believe. Now, I might look back at this video in a few years' time and be like, Sty, you were an absolute idiot believing that Blizzard could salvage this game, because it was on a downward trajectory and it just kept going down and down and down. Maybe they made horrendous monetization decisions. Maybe they made horrendous balance decisions and the game just never came back. Or, you know, there's all kinds of issues. They added horrendous heroes to the game. I don't know. But I still believe it can come back. I still believe there is a... I know this is ironic because it's like the guy with 4,000 plus Overwatch videos on a YouTube channel and, you know, 300 odd million views, and the game has essentially been my life for the last 6 years, basically, or even 7 years now, is it? My God. So yeah, I am holding out hope, but I think if you look at it from a logical point of view, an analytical point of view, there is a big player base for Overwatch. They just don't play the game anymore, but they did play it in the past when it was fresh. If you think about the start of Overwatch's life, you think about the content the game had then, the seasonal updates were all brand new. You were getting pretty much 3 heroes a year. But then you go into 2017 and you start seeing, well, okay, Junkenstein's Revenge is basically the same event again. And we started seeing basically the same events start cropping up until the Blackwatch event in 2018, which was a great Archives event. And I guess actually Uprising came out in 2019. But pretty much the content had stopped then. Obviously, we know Overwatch 2 is being developed now and all of that with the power of hindsight. But I still hope the game can get back to the level it was at. What I'm worried about is when I look at the peak for the first beta, I'm going to use Twitch as the example, 1.4 million viewers. What will beta 2 achieve? 700,000? I think that'd still be fine if it did that. On the first day, obviously, as people try to come in and check out what's going on. But will it even achieve that? My issue will be if this beta goes offline again, which it probably will the audience collapse again? And then if the next beta comes out, you know, what happens then? We're getting these spikes of engagement, of interaction, spikes of momentum, which I don't think are very conducive to a very healthy game. But of course, this is the development of Overwatch 2, and when the game launches, whenever that may be, I hope that they don't do that, and I hope that they have content rolling out regular. And if they do, maybe there's hope for this game after all. All right, guys, thank you for watching the video. Remember, you can really help me if you like and subscribe. Well, if you subscribe to the channel, like the video. And yeah, you can follow me on everything, which is @Stylosa. Thank you again, guys, for watching the video. It has been my pleasure, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Toodaloo.